What are we doing this week? I'll tell you what we're doing. Boozing. Last week was structured shit. Well, it wasn't shit, but last week was structured and shit. Week before, we didn't think it was going online. We talked about your dad potentially raping you. It was just much funnier, right? So this week, less structure. How do you create less structure? Chaos. How do you create chaos? Booze. Because what do we have in our flat?
An abundance of
loads of free booze.
From?
Parties.
Sound like a teacher.
Yeah.
Now then. And where do you get that from? Go on, Jimmy.
I'd make a fucking great teacher.
That would be horrible. I would worry.
How?
If you became a teacher, I would worry.
How?
Many things, Mark. You,
I like you. A. You are an asshole. F. You have really grown this semester. B. B plus.
But I think you'll admit that your fantasy is
worryingly incorporated into it.
Into the school system. I just, what can I say? Like, I love janitors. Just so sexy with our mops.
No, but you're into sort of the...
If I was to pick a genre of pornography, you mean?
It would be
the
schoolgirl genre.
One might say that, yes. You might. Yeah.
We shouldn't know about that. Like, that's a pretty common thing. That's a really common thing.
I'm sure we talked about this last week, but that is...
But we should put a disclaimer that Mark doesn't want to fuck school children. He likes 18-year-olds at a minimum. That's the age.
Well, it's Scotland. 16.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I'm not filming it.
The age of consent in Japan.
Oh my god.
Yep. Is it the age of consent in Japan? It's like 12 or something?
Yeah, it's very
Is it?
It's like
That's pretty low.
I'm pretty sure it's at
Oh my god.
It's at the highest 14.
I'm
is
doing
the
that.
age of consent.
That is amazing.
I think Russia's like 14 or something. I think Russia's low.
Aye, but Russia has no rules. Like,
It's a guideline.
any day now, Putin is going to put in a rule that says like men have to be in public with their shirts off.
Well,
Like,
they've like banned swearing in media.
Oh,
are you serious?
Aye.
Sucks.
But like they haven't like released a list of words. They've just said swearing is illegal. So who knows?
Well, that's pretty good.
So folk will just get put in jail one day.
Aye.
Just
why not?
The
Alright.
KGB will arrive at your door and
like we are soon, right? I know geography pretty well, and I'd say that if Russia have taken Crimea, the next logical step is here, right?
Scotland.
well, yeah, definitely. A sneak attack round up by the north. Yeah.
Yep, the national, I found it here, the national age of consent in Japan is 13 years old.
Oh,
Ding,
well.
ding, ding, ding,
So
ding.
I think we should book our holiday.
I'll Google how much flights are to Japan. We'll just have
Have a 3-week sex orgy with like 13-year-old girls and boys to be that's
well, it's 2014.
Everyone has their own opinions. You can be whatever.
I love how
That is honestly, I swear, when one of us inevitably, me for things, or Michael for physical assault, or Robbie for trying to take over a country, like, the defence in court is going to be, it's 2014.
Even if it's like 3 years time.
Yeah.
It's like
Come on, guys, it's 2014.
Plus 3 years.
Everyone's taking over countries. She was asking for it. She's 2. She literally couldn't. No, it was in the eyes.
You weren't there. Okay. She's acting dumb now, but
People, like, nobody is gonna listen. We talked about her last week. All we talked about was just filth that was against the law. And now this week,
Well, he's like, no, it's different because it's not against the law in Japan. So what we're saying is just it's legal.
we could be in Japan for
hello
Yeah.
to all our Japanese listeners.
Konnichiwa.
Fucking hell.
We're coming to fuck
Yeah,
you.
we're coming to get you.
Speaking of the whole, it's 2014. Did anybody watch Eurovision?
Fuck off.
Oh, I was saying this to Matt earlier, right?
Me neither. So it was on Reddit. There was some posts going on about Eurovision or something, and somebody was like, "Oh, it's who won this year," and somebody put a picture on, and I clicked on the picture, and I was like, "That's a woman with a beard. They didn't win Eurovision." Ha 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 ha. Decided who did win Eurovision. Turns out it was a woman with a beard.
It is difficult not actually knowing about, like, and like culture in our country is awful. Like, the thing folk talk about most on Facebook is like the X Factor in football. So like, I'll always like, there'll be like just like a day, like a random day of the year, every couple of weeks or whatever, when like someone will, like, all of Facebook will just be covered in like, oh, fucking Gareth should have won. Or, come on, you blue team. And I'm just like, I've no idea, but like, roughly I can gather what they're saying. But the other day, Facebook was just, like an army of, that wife's got a beard. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, this must be huge. Everybody's posting about it. So I fucking Googled it, and it's just some fucking European, like, school, like, concert. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? Turns out it's quite a big deal. Like, what the fuck is the Eurovision? In countries, what was it you were saying earlier?
It's all politics, right? It's just like... it's,
Well, like each kind of the way the vote. I found this out this year from looking into this. The way that the voting's done is half and half is public votes, another half is a commission that they create. So half of the voting is just politics. At least half of the voting is just politics.
And the other half is like people.
Yeah, but that's national.
That's going to be
as
like
well.
national fucking. Yeah, okay, great. Although it is 2014.
It is.
Like, I don't, like, I think last year, that wife with a beard, 2013, that's, like, pretty archaic.
Yeah.
That way, she'd have got stoned to death.
Definitely. Yeah.
It.
I think it's a he. I think
I
it's
don't think it's a woman with a beard.
I think it's a
I'm
man.
pretty sure it's a man with a dress.
It's a
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He wants to, he's had like a sex change.
No,
whatever,
I don't think there's been any snippies.
It's just he
It's
dressed like a
all
woman.
just he dresses like a woman.
drag.
But has a beard.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair enough, I guess.
Like, some folk don't want to commit. Like, you get people who don't want to commit, so, like, they get maybe, like, the breasts, and they'll get the hair, and they'll take the estrogen, but, like, they just don't want to get their dick cut off. And he just doesn't want to commit on, like, a much lower scale. Like, he'll put makeup on, and he'll wear a dress, but he doesn't want to shave.
We probably should have done a bit of research to know if they
No,
want it to
Robbie.
be a he,
No. Research is for nerds.
it.
What country were they from?
Austria?
I have a guess.
He just told you it's
Austria.
Austria. Oh, whoa.
Was it Austria though?
I think so.
Because
I think
if you had to guess, you would say it was something like maybe like Lithuania or something really
Yeah.
lame like that, where people just don't know what's
Moldova.
Yeah, somewhere sort of east of
Ireland.
There's nobody like that in Ireland. Nobody does that. It's always Eastern Europe.
Booze. We were talking booze. We've got a cupboard in our flat from all the parties we've had that is just full of leftover booze that's like a quarter finished or a little bit finished.
The
And
finest
it's
booze, of course.
all out of date. And it's just the worst.
It's warm and disgusting.
Lime green,
God, yeah.
warm, disgusting booze. So we're gonna
We've
do.
got some of Glen's finest vodka,
Yep.
a fine tonic wine from an abbey somewhere.
I think the most
called
important one here
Buckfast.
is Buckfast. If you, and I don't imagine there is anyone listening to this that isn't just our pals, but if you're listening to this and you don't know what Buckfast is, I mean, well done, good for you. Your life is better than ours. But
It's so warm. It just looks.
we're gonna do a few shots here. Robbie, the alcohol connoisseur addict.
I've cracked my... Oh, shit.
Oh, there you go. I'll step up for you, Robbie. You can.
So what are we going to have here, Robbie? We've got some.
I don't like spirits, though.
Oh, you love spirits, Robbie.
Well, that's the good thing about it is that you're putting it in your mouth and not your vagina, so it should be fine.
I mean, I may as well do one while we're here.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it's only 10 o'clock at night.
It's always right, Robbie. Come on, you're the man. What are we picking first? What is all the stuff at the back? Are you seeing the stuff at the back
Yeah,
there?
I've got some Southern Comfort at the back.
Whiskey?
Some whisks.
A whiskey liqueur.
There's
We
loads
can
of
start
that,
with
right?
vodka. That's like the scariest
shot
one
of
there,
vodka.
right? That is like the scariest one there.
It's just like drinking fucking hand sanitizer.
But sold.
Everybody wants a piece of that.
Right, let's do it. Let's do
A
it.
shot of vodka.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just like these have been sitting next to the oven while it's been on.
Oh.
I'm surprised we're not like eating it. No, wait for us.
You just smell it. Oh, fucking hate vodka.
Fucking nail varnish remover, that's all that fucking is.
We're just pouring our shots.
That's a big
now.
one.
No, fuck
We're
yeah,
just
I'm
pouring
not
our
doing
shots.
that.
I'll pour them, and if you want to, I don't know, keep the people entertained.
I still think we should call this podcast like Podcast 2. Come on, man, it's 2014. That should be the title to this podcast.
Yeah.
Come on, is it?
All of our podcasts should have like a funny title or like
yeah,
some.
Yeah, title's good. I think
Something topical to that
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
right. Okay.
But that's topical.
Here's to the start of a messy podcast.
Oh, God.
Nostrovia.
Go on, Mister.
What is going on? So, just
No,
okay. So just to fill you all in, the shot of vodka we just took is from a bottle that someone has apparently just filled with water, and
reckon that's somebody-
we just took a shot of water.
You reckon that's somebody that's came to a party and gone, I don't really want to drink, so I'll just fill this vodka.
Somebody has come to one of
Water.
the parties and went, I want to be
too
cool.
much of a pussy to go, no, I'm not drinking. And just...
And got really precious about it. Like whenever anyone else is like, "Can I have some of your vodka?" Going like, "No,
No, I'm getting
it's
so
all like,
drunk."
I'm gonna be so. I'm crazy."
There was a wee taste of vodka, like a
There was like
tiny-
a little bit. Right. So this is getting poured. Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get rid of some of this booze.
Well, that was weird. Everybody was gearing up there, like, fucking, this is going to be horrible.
I tensed myself up to be like
know
for
it's you.
that horrible, disgusting
So
vodka.
I was ready to like start being sick. Right, Robbie, pick another one.
what else do we have here?
Is Buckfast shotting a thing?
Oh, please.
No,
no,
it's not that.
Christmas.
It's like 15%, not really worth it.
Right, come on then. Pick another one.
The American version's called Night Train. What is Guns N' Roses actually did a song
There's an
about it.
American version of Buckfast.
It's a tonic wine, it's called Night Train, but it's heavier than ours.
Oh,
and
wow.
Guns N' Roses wrote a song about it.
Is that enough? No.
But-
That's
I
not
mean,
enough for
fuck.
4 shots.
Actually, let me see it.
You see,
Oh,
this
fuck
is
that. No, that's
this is
the
what
line,
happens
man.
when nerds talk about alcohol. I don't want to do Buckfast. I don't like this one. My mum
There's
says
not really enough of
I'm
that.
a big boy.
That sounds enough for me.
There's not enough for Sambuca either.
Right, okay.
This could all just be water and someone's having a mid.
Just food colouring and all the
And
old
can this be shotted?
If you want.
Yeah.
Can this be shotted?
I wouldn't. I would really
Why?
advise against it.
Why is that?
It's fucking horrible.
It's Smirnoff Lime.
It's just...
Robbie, what are you
really
doing?
disgusting.
Yeah, that's some Sambuca.
Right, okay, I'll do that as
Yeah,
well.
sure, why not?
Not that much
Is
left.
there enough?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not
I'll mix mine.
Oh, mental.
I'll do Sambuca
Fucking
and
mentalist.
we'll give Matt some of this stuff.
What is that?
Smirnoff. And
Lime
then
vodka.
I'll shut that as well, and then we can maybe get back to actually recording the podcast.
Oh yeah, that's
And then
Yeah,
realise this has all been really boring and it'll just get cut off. Yeah, there'll be a point that it'll cut and then just everyone will be slurring their words.
right.
See, the thing about the Eurovision Song Contesters, right? With, like, ex-pop idol and, like, I'm a fucking retard, get me out of here and all the rest of them, the winner, like, generally becomes, like, Z-list famous.
Well, they have like that maybe like month where they're on top.
Where all the, like, troglodytes think they're the best.
Yeah.
And they're all over, like, OK Monthly and People
The
News
Sun-
Daily and
They
shit.
get the front page of the Sun.
But all the people in the Eurovision are already Z-list.
Yeah.
So what do they get?
Well, it's even worse than that. Like, normally they're Z-list and then have dropped off a Z-list, so to get back up onto the list, they do the Eurovision.
Oh.
Because I think with Eurovision, it's a competition, but it's not a competition to find a superstar. It's just a competition to see who's the best singer, quote unquote. But something like X Factor is to find a star. So like they're not trying to find someone; they're just having a competition.
You know that one
With
day
Z-listers.
people like us get like outnumbered? Like, you know, like the smart, like, nerds rule the world. Let's face it, right? All the top people in all the companies are fucking losers. You know what I mean? Like the guy that runs Apple and the fucking like
Aye.
the potato in the wheelchair that has his computer speak for him. None of them go around like pounding their chests against other men and just being like whores. You know what I mean? Like they're all guys who lost their virginity at like 30. Right? So there is like we're gonna be fine, but there is a chance that one day all of the like people who consider like the best TV show in the world to be like the Kardashians, and like think the X Factor's like enlightening the world. And, like one day they'll win, and like the world's wars will be fought with like the Eurovision Song Contest, and it'll be like World War Vision 12.
I hope that's by that time we've like moved to Mars and
Oh, here we
left
go.
them behind.
How would we do this?
We've just given them this planet.
Have you never seen the likes of fucking Doom?
But why couldn't we send them to Mars if we can keep this to ourselves?
Aye, send them to Mars. Send just like the Kardashians, fucking
planet's fucked
Kanye
though.
West,
We've ruined this
and
one.
all British celebrities, and then all the idiots off to fucking Mars with like fucking old Nokia phones, and just make them all fuck each other till they die. Like, what is the point? Right, let's do these horrible, disgusting shots.
Okay.
Right, here's to dying young.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Blech.
Well, that was warm.
I was.
Not only was that warm, it was disgusting. My favourite. Oh, lordy.
Fuck is so fucking gross.
Blech. Right. Let's establish what can and cannot be shooted so that we don't have to talk about
These
it.
two can be.
Right, pull them over. Give me them over here.
They two
Give me all the ones that can be shotted into.
That's
They're nice.
horrible.
Like,
But that other
no,
one there, I
can-
suppose.
Can those ones be shotted into?
They're empty.
Yeah,
That's empty.
Can that be shotted?
yes.
Yes. it's
Those
called.
two?
That's finished. That just
Right, okay. So that is the last you'll hear us talking about alcohol. And I'll
Probably.
just pour shots throughout the evening.
Okay.
Let me tell you something that happened to me. I had my anniversary with Kirsty.
Lovely.
11 years.
It's a long time.
That is almost as long as I've been on this planet.
No, it isn't. No, it fucking isn't.
It's more than...
It's slightly over half the time you've been on the planet.
That's
I
not
agree.
saying though. I mean, no one says.
Oh, you know what they say? It's slightly more than half the time I've been on the planet.
No, but that's pretty crazy statistic.
Regardless, it was 11 years. It was lovely.
nice.
And Kirsty came up and she went, I've bought you a fucking weekend away with me to do like a murder mystery weekend thing
Sounds
based on a fucking old British TV show called Fawlty Towers or some shit. And then she took me out for dinner and it was lovely. And
She bought all of that for you.
yes,
Oh,
correct.
so you must have had something in the store
Oh,
for
of course.
her.
I had quite the gift in
Oh.
store. I didn't play games when she was here.
That,
Oh, there you go.
wow.
So you spent an entire weekend with her and didn't play any video games.
I know, right?
That's mad. What?
How
peasant.
much were you in uni that weekend?
The time she was here.
Aye.
I can't remember. I think I spent the whole time with her. But
okay.
like the point is, I think we both did good.
You both sacrificed the same.
We both she spent like money,
Uh-huh.
which like means
And
nothing to
time
her.
with
Like,
you.
yeah, of course, yeah.
But she earns money. I mean,
Exactly.
We're students. I mean,
She's
we
a
have-
money maker. She has a full-time real job for adult people. And we're students, so we have none of that. So I think that me not doing the bread and butter of my existence,
Playing video
games to see her. Like, the two things I do most in the world is fucking play video games and wank. And I did neither of them when she was here. So I think I deserve a reward.
What was the replacement for wanking, Mark?
Oh, let me tell you. Actually, I totally killed the mood at one point. It was great. So we came back for dinner, went for a few drinks.
Drinks?
Loosened up, yeah. Well, I needed to get her,
Malleable.
need to get her ready. So went for a few drinks, came back to the flat. She went to the bathroom, I came in here and was like pissed about. I was putting the shopping, I got a wee bit of shopping on the way up the road. Then I went into the bathroom, and as I was in the bathroom just pissing away, I was like, oh, I think I left the fridge open. And then that was it, I'm just going to close the fridge at the end. But then I left the bathroom, and there she was, ready, as it were, in nice clothes, shall we say. And I immediately was just like, I've left the fridge open.
Oh, Yeah.
So like I ran into the kitchen like taking my shirt off. Nope, fridge is closed. Ran back in with just pulling my trousers down and taking my top off at the same time. In the worry that like by the time I had taken like 4 seconds to check the fridge, she had gone nah, and I went back in and she had like more clothes than she started with, like an extra cardigan and like she just looked old or something. Glasses on, hair messed up, like just sitting with a cup of tea. And I was like, nah, you missed your chance. I didn't. I won. Just in case you're curious.
You won.
You both got sex and managed to check that the fridge was closed.
Well, I mean, who else in this 2014? Who can say they had sex and checked the fridge was closed?
Magic, that is.
Honestly, but the problem was that we had Mexican food.
Oh dear.
So the intercoursings was a game of two halves. It was interesting.
So, Mexican food, I think we've probably got to ask her about this, but did the colour or taste of your
We've told you before.
Colour is
Mexican
just
food. It
can't
could
be
Mexican
changed.
food.
Nothing changes the colour of
Mexican
other than
food.
like food colouring. You come in a cup and you put food colouring in the thing and you mix it up. Oh my god! And you put it in the icing of a cake. Oh my god! That is. We have to prank someone.
It won't be. It will It'll be such. That is exactly the kind of prank that you think that's going to be amazing. And what actually happens is you do it. You wait, they don't realise because it just tastes the icing. They eat it all, then you go, you just ate my cum, and they went, what, I had a cake, and you're like, no, but I mixed it in with the icing and some food colouring and it was all prepared and then they go, oh, that's a bit disgusting. And you go, pranked you, and it's just shit.
And then everyone goes, I'm just sick of you. I'm so sick of your shit.
And you lose your last friends.
So you've got no friends and all your cutlery's covered in blue cum.
This reminds me of a funny story last year. It wasn't cum that I used. I decided, the people we lived with were really fucking horrible people, and they had left the Luton juice just sitting in the cupboard. Sorry, I'd seen the music quite a lot, so I was like, you know what? I really need a piss.
How bad were they, Michael?
Oh, they were insufferable.
Were they?
Oh, they were.
What did they do?
They were just, you're getting to sleep, just maybe hitting 2 in the morning, you roll over, great, come in, banging on your door, screaming.
Would they just scream names?
Oh, they'd scream names, they'd just scream hello, it's just... And then, the state of the kitchen and living room. I mean...
It's a good job one of them wasn't just a huge whore.
Well, I mean...
Because if the house was literally covered in like sauce and tuna and shit, and they're just general filth that pigs create, it would be awful if there were just strange men in the flat all the time. Wouldn't that have just been the worst?
No, that was the case.
If only there was a way you could have got back at them.
Well, that's true. And that way was pretty disgusting, but at the same time, I take solace in it.
What did you do, Michael?
I urinated and they're diluting juice.
Yes! Oh,
and I made a wee mark just so I knew how far it filled up.
Did you actually?
I just wrote a wee bit of the label. I was like, right, I'll leave it maybe a week just in case. Came back through and I seen it and I just it was a Breakfast Club moment, hand in there, I was just like, yep.
There is literally like a 0.01 chance they will listen to this. But can you imagine? Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Because they still talk to you, don't they?
Yeah.
So they'd contact you like immediately.
Yeah.
There's Michael pissing my dick! And you'd have to be like, yep, he did. And they'd be like, I'm gonna get my cousin and butter him.
To be fair, I doubt it's the first time she's like ingested male urine. Come on.
Hey, you've got to make a living.
Well, that's true.
How did we get onto this?
I just wanted to tell a random story because it was the cum in the
It was the cum in the cakes,
So I wanted to explain
the bodily fluids
Yes.
and ingesting.
Why else?
there's a fun story.
Whilst I was having my wee anniversary celebration, Matt was back home for 2 weeks, weren't you?
I was, yeah.
Any activities?
There were no activities, unfortunately.
No lady-based activities?
The thing with being at home with your parents is you can't really bring a girl back whenever your parents and your brother and your sister and your 2 dogs and all that kind of shit are in the house. It makes it a little
Your
bit
two
weird.
dogs.
The dogs matter.
Yeah, dogs do.
The dogs
Looking
make
at you
a
just
difference.
shamefully.
So there was nothing really to sort of write home about my trip home regards to that, but
Have any of you ever banged in the room with an animal? Like, not with an animal, but like, have you ever had like your cat or your dog just watching?
No.
no. Have
No.
you?
Fuck animals. Fuck animals. No?
No.
Nope, can't say that.
It wouldn't really bother me though. I don't.
Have you ever like banged the wee one out at home and you've just turned around and there's the dog just sort of watching and you've gone, oh well, I mean, he deserves some porn.
Sometimes my dogs sleep like not on my bed, but like just in my floor, not in my floor, but on my floor. So I mean, imagine there must have been some times whenever I've been,
Bashing one out.
Entertaining Pamela and her lovely sisters.
oneself, and my dog's been lying there. But I mean, it's not really a big deal. Who really cares? I mean,
That would be interesting to like find out at the end of your life. Your dog's new.
if dogs could talk and
Okay.
tell us everything that they've seen, my dogs might have seen a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
My old dog, before he died of just like having a large face,
What?
he
You're gonna get all teared up.
no, I'm a fuck.
Did you put Sambuca in this one?
I don't. Yeah, I'll have that one if you don't want it.
I fucking hate Sambuca.
Right,
Smells of paint.
are we doing another shot?
Smells of green paint, and it's green.
It smells of green. Great, right. Here's
Smells
to
green paint.
Here's to drinking on a
Specifically.
coursework evening.
to a county of
Wait.
Northern Ireland and the Great Lord.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Warm alcohol is so stinking.
Aye, but the thing about it is, the beauty of it is, and this is what I've realised, it just gets better.
It tastes like paint as well.
Your next shot isn't going to be as bad as that. And
Ah.
the next one after it isn't going to be as bad as that. That's something these guys are fully aware of, but I didn't drink until I was 26 years old. I didn't have sex till I was 22, but I had an level 80 warrior and a level 90 mage.
Speaking of just entertain the masses, Mark. What age were you whenever you lost your virginity?
18 years old.
18 years old. Okay.
No, I was younger than that.
Were you younger than 16?
Yes,
Were you younger than 15?
I might have been.
Were you younger than 14?
Objection.
Were you or were you not 13 years old when you lost your virginity?
My client refuses to acknowledge the fact that he banged some fat wife when he was 13.
13. So how could you get hard at 13? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Tell the story about you were wanking before.
Oh, yeah,
This is a brilliant story.
Oh god, right. Well, I think, I can't remember the order, but I know for certain I was pleasuring myself before I was able to either get hard or come. I used to just honestly, I used to just flick it. I didn't wank the normal. I used to flick like the bits on a pinball machine. If some kid was at a pinball machine, just hitting the buttons on the left and right, and the two flickers in the middle were just going up and down. That's what I used to do. And then one day, I remember, one day, just stuff came out, and I was just like, what the fuck is all this? This is disgusting.
How old were you here?
I don't know. It must have been, right, what age are you in first year at school?
12 or 13.
Yeah.
Well, because that's when I started going out with the girl before Kirsty.
Yeah.
So, and I had sex with her when I was 13. So I was either 11 or 12 at the time. So I was wanking long before that. I hit puberty real early. I sprouted real young.
Whenever you were 4 or 5 or something.
So yeah, I had to keep getting bigger nappies because it was hard. No, I was doing that, all soft and fun and just flicking away like a pinball machine, and then stuff came out and that was disgusting. And then one day, I got really hard, and I was just like, oh, what is going on here? And flicking it just hurt. And I kept going, doing it. I think I used to sit and do it 3 hours at a time, but eventually that disgusting stuff I didn't like would come out, and I'd be like, yes, I've won. And then one day we were hanging out at the park, and Ian Baxter, a man from, like, and he's probably dead now. All I remember about him is he had a pool table. Just a man.
So a man that you knew from the park and you had a pool table that was old enough that he's probably dead now.
No, he was like the year above me at school.
Oh, okay.
And he like did that gesture of like wanking, like the classic hand gesture of masturbating. And I was like, what's he doing? That looks weird. And then my mate Marc was like, oh, that's, he's wanking, we all do that. And I was like, what? And the worst part is I went home and I tried it and I was like, this is shit. And then still did the other way for like 2 more years. And then eventually I saw some porn. I found some porn like fucking hidden under my mum's bed or something. I don't know. Not really. Like someone was passing porn about the school, and I was like, "Oh yes, we'll get this," and like that. And they were all wanging that, and I was like, "Oh shit, that's how that works." And then I went and I tried it, and it was just better. It was just all around better. And are you alright?
Yeah, I just thought.
You look like you were getting really anxious there.
No.
Is my cum story troubling you?
No, it's
are you alright?
very entertaining.
So I did that, yeah, and then 13, met a girl. I was 13, finish my business.
So, when you were doing this girl at 13,
Yep.
did you never really finished, did you? You just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
The first time I ever had, I have to go to the grave with the knowledge that the first time I had sex, it ended with me going, should we just, yeah. And then we just played like cards or some shit. Why don't you tell me about your fucking first time, asshole?
I mean, it's not 13. It was whenever I was 16.
16 years old, that's alright.
I think that's the normal age, isn't it? That's got to be a normal age. And it was just, I was talking to some girl from school. I'm not going to mention names.
Of course, yeah.
All my friends will watch this, and kind of.
Was she hot? Because if she was hot, you should mention it. If you've got a chance to brag here, if you've got like a fucking Stacey hot tits at school, which is just like the hottest girl, and you banged her, you should get that out there.
She wasn't in the top sort of 10% of people looks wise, but she was alright.
She just killed herself.
Yeah.
She's listening to this podcast, and she just killed herself. Well done.
Really fucking hope not. But I just kind of like she. I knew she liked me. We were talking on Facebook, and then you know what happens when you're talking on Facebook and you're young. One thing leads to another, and all of a sudden you want to fuck them. So we both just kind of decided one day that just like it's time to just do it.
Right.
So went around to her house. Absolutely ploughed the life out of her.
Had you done anything before that with like other girls or that?
I had received a risty.
A risty.
I don't understand. That is the worst name for it. Like,
It isn't even like a wrist action. No, you don't. No, that's your arm.
Yeah, it's your
it's
arm.
like an elbow.
Yeah.
An elbow. Okay, so
Or a shoulder.
So I received an elbow from a girl previous, and that was the only the experience I'd had. And then I got into this girl, and I can't explain enough how destroyed she got. Like it was just.
Was she like flat like in like Hanna-Barbera cartoons? Like she had been hit by a steamroller and she was just floating down to the ground flat.
Yeah, and that was it basically. And then I haven't talked to her in quite a long time actually.
But the first time just went well. There was no complications.
I mean, it all worked if that's what you mean. Like I got hard to put it in.
You do the
Wiggled it about.
And I was the end of it. Went home and played some COD and.
So not much has changed. Banging schoolgirls and playing COD all these years on.
Yeah.
That's a fair existence to be honest.
I'm just saying it because I'm jealous.
But yours is bang this super hot girl, and then you play video games all day.
And she gives me pocket money.
What is it that you said to her when you were drunk?
Oh,
so
God.
Mark's girlfriend. When I was really, really drunk, I said to her that I was gonna rape her, but
And then she looked pretty shocked.
Yeah.
So you went, no.
I'm only going to rip your mouth. So...
Which, after like 11 years with me, she was fine with, but like I remember you were like, what have I done?
really
Oh God,
sorry.
I'm never going to speak to her again. Which was, as I recall, not very long after she walked out of my bedroom to just see you standing in the kitchen with your dick out.
Yeah, so we in this flat, I mean, I don't want to say like we like to get our dicks out, but like...
Well, two members of the flat like to get
One
their
half,
dicks.
50% of the flat love getting their dicks out.
Yeah.
I'm not in a gay way, just because it's it. And it's just...
And you've got us, and the man loves it as well. The man is our fifth flatmate that like none of us know. He just sort of comes and goes and thinks,
Is it like-
I fucking hate these
To
nerds.
be fair, we tried to reach out to him. He just didn't reciprocate.
He didn't.
Did we?
Aye.
Oh yeah, we had some
went out
McDonald's
drinking
and
with him
And he
yeah.
fucked off.
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh,
Lovely first time.
I mean, it's alright, I guess.
Come on then, Robbie.
Me, I was.
Robbie's still waiting for his. It's going to happen soon. We believe in you, Robbie. You just need to get outside.
One day I'll go outside. No, I was 17.
17. What age were you?
16.
So I'm winning.
Yeah.
If youngest is.
Sex is like golf. I've
No,
got the
but
lowest number.
however, I finished. So
Ah,
I think
right,
we're
okay,
about
yes.
even.
Yes, you're right.
It was actually in the O2 Academy in Newcastle's.
What?
Nice.
How have we never heard
In
this?
their bathroom, their disabled bathroom.
Oh,
Yeah.
this
Oh
is
God!
just getting
She was just trying to climb back on her chair, and Robbie was like, "This is my moment."
He punches her in the face, runs up and just like whips his tackle out and just... Oh my God. And then when he's finished, he spits on her and
Exactly like that.
Please continue, Robbie. How did it all
The
happen?
last thing she heard before that happened was Robbie, like just someone from outside the bathroom going, "What's your favourite food?" And then she said something, I don't know, like fucking cook. And then Robbie was like, "Do you want to know mine?" And she was like, "Yes, please." And he went, "Vegetables." And he just jumped in and got her.
It's just turned a wee bit.
Vegetables. How disabled was she, Robbie?
I mean, like only slightly lower general IQ. No,
On a scale of on a scale of Jeremy Beadle to Stephen Hawking, how bad was she?
no, she wasn't disabled. They were just it's
Extra space.
General agenda. It's extra space. Got a nice handy handle.
Right?
I was quite drunk.
And imagine so.
Who were you seeing? What band were you seeing?
It was a shitty band called 2020 or something. I don't know. Some shitty scene band.
Right, okay,
that
go
were
on.
there because it was cheap and it's
Blah.
entertainment.
Right, go on.
Yeah, and
Had you known her
it was pretty
previously?
awkward. Oh yeah,
Oh, she was like a mate of yours?
Yeah.
Still see her?
no.
What's her
Never,
name?
never?
Can I Facebook her?
Yeah, tell us our
If you
full
want.
name right now so we can all go on Facebook.
I mean, I
And then-
want her address, so I can get a piece over as well.
in the disabled bathroom.
Please don't land there, just...
It depends what she had. You may have missed your chance.
Was it good, Robbie?
Go on then, tell us. Just come on. You banged in a fucking... Your first time... My first time was in my bedroom with some wife. Like, you were in a stadium.
Well, it's not a stadium.
Doing your first time standing up is...
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy.
Yeah, that's hardcore. Were you like...
Well, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No embarrassing stories?
No, I was pretty drunk, so
Yeah.
it was a bit sloppy. So it was,
To quote Matt's, one of my favourite quotes of Matt, he was... Thumb and then...
Oh, yeah. She's kind of thumbing a softie. Robbie's like, it won't go in, it won't go in! And she's trying to like just work its way in, like thumb it in, and trying to staple jelly to a tree.
Fuck's sake. That's what... Brilliant. Your one's gone and killed herself and now Robbie's one's been referred to as a tree. Right,
Michael?
Michael, come on then. First time. Age, sex, location.
15.
Sex of them.
You were 15?
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. What age was she when you were 17? 16?
16.
She was 16. You were 17?
She was 16.
Oh! You were 15? And she was
16.
16. Older. Mine was a couple of years older as well.
You were doing well for yourself then?
She was 15 and I was 13.
She
So,
fucked a 13-year-old boy.
yeah.
How old is she?
She was 2 years above me in school, so
Oh,
15.
when I was in first year, she was in third year, and then when I banged her at 13, she was 15.
That's still statutory rape.
It isn't, but later on in our relationship, when she was 16 and I was 14, it definitely was.
It doesn't matter, like, before 16, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That,
Does it
like,
not?
No,
Yeah, it's always
before 16.
stat rape, it's
Could
just
I-
the one that's older.
Could I, like, save that in the bank, and if she ever gets successful, just sue her? Just have her done
no.
for rape?
I mean,
Yeah.
like, no, but it's one person versus another person. That
Aye, but
doesn't
then...
Unless I've got a video of it.
work. Do, then...
I didn't know they had video in the... in the 1840s.
Yeah, I am older. Well done, you fucking cunt. Right, Michael, go on.
What?
Tell us the story.
sorry.
The story time
What
with
was
Michael.
It was in a swimming bath changing room.
What? Those things are paper thin. Oh my
It was a
god.
bit...
I want a paper...
Paper thin, they're paper thin.
What's
Like,
They're very thin.
Oh, no,
the
no, it's
walls,
not. Aye,
the walls of the changing rooms are as
it's
thin as paper.
Like
Paper
chipboard,
thin.
it's really thin. And there's no roof on it, and you can see under the door.
Oh, cubicle.
What are you
Yeah,
understanding?
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, like a cubicle.
Did you think I was talking about the water or something?
No, I thought he was talking about, like, I don't know, like a room where the walls were really thin.
No. It
No.
was just, it was like your individual changing room cubicles.
cubicle,
that,
yeah.
So you both just went to the same changing room after a nice swim, or had you not even made it to the pool yet?
No, we went for a swim.
Right, okay.
I can't even remember how it was. I think I was making a joke like, "Oh, it's really busy. We'll just need to share a changing room." And she was like, "All right." I was like,
Oh.
Wait,
Was
what?
it like boyfriend,
That's
girlfriend?
smooth.
Or was it... No, it was just someone you...
friends?"
Had you ever done anything before?
No.
You said never even kissed?
No,
But you had
what?
clearly thought about it.
I was like, "Why not?"
If it happens, it happens.
If she says no, you can just go, that's
I was just like, I done it like specifically
No.
as a joke because
And
that's
then
my
she
sense of
went,
humour.
yes,
She was
and
like, "All
then
right,"
you went.
and I was like,
I've got a
"No," I was
massive
just like,
boner.
"Oh, maybe she's joking," and she done that, and I got my stuff, and I was like, "All right, let's go," and then she was like, "All right," and I was like,
Oh.
"I'm going to keep going with this," and I walked in, put it down, she locked the door, that was it. It was like, right, let's do this. It's on.
Wow. So had you done
That's
anything
smooth as
before
anything.
that?
No.
Nothing at all. So your
What,
first,
with her?
like... No, with anybody.
Oh no, I'd done stuff before that. That was just like the first sex with her.
What about the stuff before that? We did his and we haven't done mine. We're going to do Robbie's. What about the stuff before? What was your first, like, thing? The first anything?
A wristy, a blowy, a gum job, anything, you name it. Finger.
Same night.
Did you fist her?
It was.
You did all the preliminary stuff in the same night?
Yes.
All of it? All four of the major ones? Both hands and both mouths?
How do you lick someone out in the cubicle? That's good.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
Before that.
that's like everything else.
I'm
was
asking what he
before
did prior to
that's
Cubicle Gate.
Like, no, everything was in one night. It was after a concert, and
Had you been with her? Was she a girlfriend? Or was she just a stranger in the night?
no, I had known her.
A passing
Right, okay.
Like,
ship.
we weren't like in a relationship. It was just like,
Okay.
I don't know, usual shit.
And none of these people, like mine's isn't. And none of these people are the lovely young lady you ended up with.
No.
Did you do things, Robbie?
Uh-huh.
Or had you done rude stuff before
Well, I
before the disabled girl got assaulted?
Is that just what's going to go on record?
Now I understand why
Right.
you've never wanted to talk about this before.
Great.
No, I knew about it. I just didn't really like obviously, like, you told me before it was in the disabled toilet of the
I think
O2
that
in
was
Newcastle.
That was it.
But now we're all here, and now we found out that she was disabled. It makes it a lot funnier.
Right, Robbie, had you done stuff before then?
Done fingery and hand stuff.
But you had never had a mouth. You had
No.
never received gobblage.
No.
You had never heard the fabled. No.
I hadn't.
Everyone remembers their first.
That's when you're just like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. I'm the
I
best.
get it. I completely get it.
Because in that moment, you have realised that you are not only with someone filthy enough to do that, but you are big enough to cause that. And you're just like, yep, Now I know how Leonardo
my man
DiCaprio
medal
felt
now?
in Titanic. Just,
What?
I don't know.
What?
He's on the front of the boat and he's like, I'm the king of the world. And so are you. Like, to her, you are.
She's the boat.
Yeah.
You're DiCaprio.
And especially in your case, since your dick was the only thing holding her up.
That doesn't make any sense.
She's just limp, like, hung on with her gums.
DiCaprio didn't make the fucking boat sail.
Wait, what?
It doesn't work with the metaphor. Okay?
Just move on. Shut up.
Oh, right. Anyway,
Yeah, that was fun.
that was good.
Robbie, that's just, everything about you is just so funny.
Okay.
I asked you earlier in the week if you had any pet peeves, and you ridiculously said,
Stupid.
no, I don't
Had
have
time to think.
any.
Had time to think.
Oh, you thought of some?
Yeah.
Go on then.
The one that I said is the main one.
What's that?
Facebook. Fuck it. Fuck
Facebook in general?
it. Yeah,
The whole thing?
Yeah.
So, Facebook or social media?
Facebook. I'm not, like, I don't participate in any of the other ones, and they're not necessary.
Wait, I think if Robbie's going to have one of his, like, socialist rants, we should do another show.
Sure.
Oh, this is a pink one again.
It's like, oh,
Right.
Legitimately tastes like paint.
how do you know that? You should have known that.
Used to do paint.
That's just why you're so weird, eh?
You drank lead paint when you were a child.
Yeah.
When we were young, and we were poor as fuck, and I used to have, like, fucking sugar sandwiches. That's what my gran would make me. Sandwiches and sugar. But your parents were, like, poorer than that and fed you paint. Like, just... they were
That's what they
expecting...
get off the wall.
They were expecting one kid and they budgeted for that, and then they had triplets and they were like, oh, we're fucked. So they just fed you all paint in the hope that they could narrow down the numbers of
Chip
it.
it off the wall. bit of hot gravel from outside. There you go.
Brilliant. Dinner.
Yeah.
Here's dessert. The dog's done his shit.
So
Right.
why do you hate Facebook?
Because it's like because it's shit. And
Alright,
because
problem
it's-
solved.
And because now it's like a necessity. You've got to participate in Facebook now. In the modern
I
age.
can
And I
see that,
can't be
yeah.
fucked with
Yes,
that.
I understand.
I don't want to go on. I'm not interested in what news. It's got even worse as well. I go on and it's so and so read this news article. Here's about 5 other news articles that are related to that, and I'm like, this doesn't interest me.
I don't want to be involved in
And the
current
other one-
trends.
No, you'll agree with this bit. And then the other times it's people putting stupid statuses like, I don't know, some shitty song lyrics or a quote from some shitty film, and then fucking such a bad day. Don't want to talk about it. And every single time the first reply is, what
what's
is it?
wrong?
Yeah.
The third reply is,
I'll PM you.
yeah.
I'll
I
PM
don't care. Stop it.
Actually, now that you mention it, 2 of my pet peeves, I like French obviously, but 2 of my pet peeves are Facebook related. Not Facebook as a whole, I'm not a fucking hippie. Like, you just know that, like, back in caveman times there was a Robbie who was like, don't want to wear clothes.
Caves.
Everyone else wear clothes.
Speaking, I don't care what you say.
Fucking Robbie, you're like the youngest one here. Get with the times, old man.
I am with the times. Facebook's going on a trend.
I like that, like, I'm the oldest one here, in literally number only. You're the oldest one here in every other way.
Yeah, that's true.
One of mine is something you just said. Half finished, ambiguous Facebook stories that guaranteed are never answered. Someone will post, I can't fucking believe it. And there's always, like, most folk know just not to give them just ignore it.
Yeah.
But then you get people who go, there is always some fucking person that needs purged that baits and goes like, what's wrong, babes? You okay, babes?
BBC.
And every single fucking time there's no reply because that person in that moment just wants the attention. They want to know. If I reply on Facebook, the mystique's over. But if I leave it, folk will text me. people will talk about it.
They'll Facebook message
Did you
me.
see fucking
They'll tweet me.
Cinnamon's Facebook status? Oh God, I think she's going to leave the strip club and fucking hang herself. Like, I just don't understand why folk like. How shit must your life be for to be like, I am gonna make myself seem mysterious? Like, what the fuck? And then, or like you said, they'll reply and be like, PM me. PM me. Fucking
So
die.
shit.
I've got one for Facebook just when you're saying that. I'm the one that's Disney like, oh, you can just go and fuck yourself. Like, you're a cunt and that's it. Like, they don't say it to the actual person. Like,
Oh
if we have a problem with
random
something,
status, yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing, but
oh, you're a wee slut, lad. Like, there's
Wait, holy shit, I don't see any of that. Like,
Yeah.
on my Facebook, like, if
I think that might be the age gap thing.
let's put it in fucking, like,
no, some of these people are like the same age as me, and they're just like, for fuck's sake.
it might be where we're from more than
Possibly.
like. Let's put it in. Say fucking right. We've got Diana and fucking Cinnamon, right? Where I'm from, or like all on my Facebook people, Cinnamon would be like, "Oh, don't you just hate it when some people don't know when to shut up?" And then like the rest of us won't have a clue what they're talking about and just be like, "This guy's a fucking idiot." But Diana and all the folk that know her know that she's talking about really passive aggressive bullshit.
Yeah.
Are you saying that on your friends list, Cinnamon would just go, "Fuck Diana,"
No,
and
the
like
opposite.
tag her in it?
The opposite, the exact one you said.
Yeah.
But when it's really ambiguous and passive aggressive,
Oh,
and
don't
you're
you
just
just
like,
hate it when some people?
whereas like they've obviously not got the balls or balls to just go and be
to
like,
just
"You're
call
an
the
asshole."
person out, yeah.
I'd just be like, you did this.
Even if it,
I
like,
didn't like it. Like, was it meant? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like actually not calling the person on it and like solving the situation.
Yeah.
They'll just be like really ambiguous and be like, oh well, this person's a cunt. Like,
I'm a fucking huge proponent of like talking shit out. I'm
I-
all about my feelings.
that's
That
what I
shit
think.
bugs the shit.
Like when you just do that and like everybody's like, is this me? Is this somebody
Yeah.
else? You're just like, just say it to the person, get it over with, stop being friends with them, fix it. Like,
it's only like one scumbag, one tiny iota scumbag level above actually just calling the person out. Because if you were to call that person out on Facebook, like, at least you're showing some balls.
Yeah.
You're still being a fucking asshole doing it on Facebook. But like, oh, it is the worst.
yeah, that gets me on Facebook for sure.
Come on, Matt. You got a Facebook related one while we're on Facebook because I've got another Facebook related one.
You one first.
Now, you did this recently, but it was because you were under the influence of a heavy amount of alcohol, so don't take this personally. The worst Facebooks, which actually, like, this was always been my worst, but now that we've talked about all that, like, ambiguous asshole status, that's the worst. But one thing I hate is couples having conversations in public. Like, posting on each other's, like, writing to each other in public. There is literally, like, fucking, I can almost guarantee all the couples on Facebook are either, like, sitting next to each other on the fucking couch, or like they're about to be in like the next working like 8 hours.
Well, like, you could excuse it if Facebook didn't have its own messaging service.
Well, that's the thing.
But it
like,
does.
those people, if they can't talk in pub and like face to face, before fucking that shit, there is literally talking face to face, phoning each other, texting each other, Facebook messaging each other, and then writing on each other. Like, they've gone through all of those stages in their head and gone, no, the fucking world needs to hear this. Miss you, babes. Best day at work. I can't wait to see you. Needs
Look,
to be...
everyone,
Yeah.
I am not single.
Yeah.
I am winning.
Like, the fucking... I'd say that is more tragic than if that person was single and they just posted on Facebook saying, I am alone. Like, because then that's
Had a
just
good
like,
day at work. Will be at house soon. So alone there.
fucking popcorn, can't wait to see cats. Like, I'd say that takes more, that's more courageous and like more honest than just like, everyone look, I'm in a relationship.
And makes more sense.
It does, like, it just, I was saying this to Matt earlier, fucking, it takes more work to find someone's wall on Facebook. There are more clicks than it is to private message them. Like, that's literally a thing. They've gone out of their way to go, people need to hear this. Fucking purged.
I'll give you that's another one. Like, I didn't say like the full "love you, babes" message.
No, but you
I
were just fucking doing song lyrics because you were wasted.
Yeah, exactly. Which I don't give a fuck about. But yeah, there's people on my friends list that fuck it. I still talk to them privately,
Yeah.
but I've blocked them from my newsfeed because I
Yeah.
don't want to see like, as like so and so is the best girlfriend or
Yeah.
boyfriend ever. Love you, babes, best ever, and I'm like,
I can only imagine if Kirsty started posting that shit.
She'd have to cover her legs for a...
But
period of time.
boyfriend didn't it to me today. Fucking only played games for 8 hours in a row.
When
Said thank you for his dinner. Hashtag true love.
It's the days where in the summer I'll get up, right? I'll get up and play games at the time I normally get up, like 7 in the morning. Then I'm sitting playing games in the morning and she comes through to get ready to go to work in Glasgow and she's fucking getting all rushing about because it's like fucking 7 in the morning and she's doing her hair and I she's like, morning, and she gives me, and I'm sitting on the couch with the covers on me, eating cereal and playing fucking video games, and then she comes home from work at like 7 p.m. and I'm in the same spot playing the same game with just like empty bowls all around me, fucking still in my boxers, and she comes in exhausted and I'm like, what's for dinner?
That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable.
I honestly, like, the guys back home...
Who's paying her?
Well, that's the thing, the guys back home thought it was like a 10-year bet. A 10-year bet. 10 years, her mates were just going to go like, I can't believe you did this. Here's your millions.
Right.
Well done. And Kirsty's going to just punch me in the dick and be like, fuck off.
Maybe she's doubled up. Maybe that's what it is.
It's 20. Yeah.
Just like 5 more years or something, you will double it.
Our mates just keep like baiting. At first it was like a month.
Aye.
And our mates just keep doubling up. And Kirsty's so like money hungry. She's like, fine, I'll do it.
Then I'll be free.
Wow.
Pet peeves, Matt.
Well, now that you mentioned a couple of Facebook ones, I do kind of have a Facebook one, and like, it makes me a little. I don't know how people think about it, but I do hate it whenever people post Bible quotes on the Facebook. I really hate that. Like,
Why is that?
because I understand that they believe God exists. I get that, right? And I know that part of being a Christian is you've got to try and maybe not convert others, but you've got to share His word. So you have to make it.
Yeah.
You have to share His word. But what
Peter
people,
3:14.
Says I just whipped your ass.
but what people really do is they do it so people know they're a Christian. Oh, look at me. I'm a Christian, laddie cunting da. Like, it's just like, I hate it. I hate,
How do you know that though? How do you know they're not just like recruiting?
because I just, even
You don't know though, do you? Like,
if it is recruiting, that's still so fucking lame. I don't care what you believe in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see you believe that Jesus turned water into wine. We fucking didn't. Why? Why?
Right. This is absolutely brilliant. All we've got left, right? We've gotten rid of fucking no one under the age of like 15's listening. No gay people. No one that wears suits. No women, and now no one who isn't an atheist. There's like one.
Hey,
like,
no. Hindus, that's fine. You know, Sikhs.
There's like
Buddhists.
one fucking militant skinhead that loves us. He's gonna send us the fucking skin of everyone he murders.
So,
Jesus Christ.
I'm not a huge fan of that. It's lame. It's really lame.
I see your point. I'll openly admit, like, I'm an atheist. Like, I don't believe in religion at all. And you're the same, aren't you?
I just don't
In
care.
fact,
I don't.
I mean, like, everyone here is pretty much like that, right?
Ah, yeah.
Science and shit.
Right.
But
That's probably the best
No,
way.
but, like,
But what I'm saying to you is, like, there is a chance when Christians post up things being like, the Lord's Word, there's a chance they're just, like, talking about something they're passionate about. They're either just posting something they're passionate about, or they are trying to, like, spread the word.
Yeah.
And then the third one is, like, you're right, they are just sort of trying to, like, rub in, like, oh, I'm Christian.
Yeah.
And, like, there is a chance that it's one of those three. But when an atheist posts up an atheist thing on Facebook, there is 100% chance they're doing that to try and wind up on religious people. Like, they're never doing that to, like, spread the good word of science, you know? They're doing it to piss off religious people. Because there's no religious quotes. Like, we don't want to get started on this shit. There's a lot of religious quotes that say, like, we should fucking eat gay people and shit, right? But there's none that say, atheists are fucking retards. But there's a whole lot of atheist quotes that basically say, if you're religious, you're no better than a fucking dog. Like, so while religious stuff posts like that suck, I guess I'm alright with them more than like the atheist sort of like pseudoscience posts that are like, did you know 99% of disabled people
but, like,
have retarded brains?
But that's just
No, not disabled, religious people.
that's just like edgy bullshit though. That's like
Yeah, it is, yeah.
people that have those fucking Guy Fawkes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
masks
if you hate the religious stuff, then you should hate like the atheist stuff.
I do
just
hate
as
that
well,
as
right?
well.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
just lame. I mean, no one gives a shit. No one actually cares. Another one of my pet peeves is, and this drives me insane, right?
Right?
People that walk down a hallway in a row of 4, and they do it slowly.
Oh shit!
Slow walking people.
We do that all the time. We were doing that.
Ah.
We were honestly doing that today. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, there's just you walk in 2s, or if you're going to walk in a 4, you do it quickly. There's that is the up and down of it all. And me and my friends discussed this. One of my friends believes this quite a lot, and I believe it. And there is a punishment system for this. So if you are 18 or over and you commit this offence, it's death. There's no excuse. You get hung there and then.
Well, that's going
If you walk slowly as an adult,
Or block door. It's walk slow. It's walk slowly down a hallway or block like an entrance. There's nothing annoys me more than if you want to walk into a shop and try and open the door, but you can't because some fiend is standing there blocking the door. There's no excuse for that. If you're under 18, you get an arm chopped off, and that is the punishment for that. If you're over 18, you die.
I feel like there should be a bit of thinking for like folk that are old. You know, they can't move on too quickly.
Being old is no excuse to be a cunt, and that's the same disability. If you have a disability and you're kind of acting the big man, being loud, rude, and aggressive, you should get punched just like any other person would for being a cunt. Just because you're disabled, there's no reason to be a cunt. Anyway.
Just with your one, I hate that in supermarkets when people are standing talking in a full aisle, and you're like, "Oh, can I get back?" You just move the fucking
Especially
back.
because
push them out of the way.
They always put their trolley and
Yeah,
like.
and it's always part like left
You don't
to
want
right.
you go to the supermarket. You don't go to the supermarket to ask somebody to move out of the way.
Aye, exactly. You go and
it's
get your
not a
shopping
nice
and fuck
place.
off.
You want to just get your things,
Go
get back
home.
home.
But it's just the fact where they stand there, everything's blocking, they're talking away, and you're just like,
Yeah.
just move.
Yeah, I lied. I lied.
Here it comes.
Fuck people.
People. It's
yeah,
people that
I
do
think that's the problem, right?
I think that is all of yours stem from just your dislike of humans.
Aye, yeah, pretty much.
I'll agree with you, Robbie.
You are terrifying. Like you just
Terrifying.
like you will just are like a normal quiet wee lad that drinks more than you should and just plays games too much. And then sometimes you say things like, if I ran the world.
I have never said, if I ran the world.
You know what I mean.
You would love to run the world.
You would love that.
No, but that
What do
paints
you
me
mean,
as
no?
like some power-hungry person. It's more the it's not the
It's worse than
control,
power.
it's,
Because power hungry is understandable. Power hungry is like what drives the world. It's what made Hitler fucking make those showers. But like with you, it's like you aren't power hungry. You're like micromanagement hungry. You want to just like manage all the like world leaders.
I think it's because types of government never really get their chance of having experiments and stuff. They only like come out in practice. But having a whole load of experiments where you implement loads of different governments would be really interesting.
Really interesting?
Really?
Is that
No.
what you just said?
No,
But
no.
you're messing with people's minds, which
The answer is B, super dull.
Is it A, super interesting, B, really dull?
The answer is B, dull, Robbie.
Fire up what you think in the comment section now.
If you stayed awake through Robbie's entire sentence there, and to let us know if you think that was interesting.
But you would love that though, to be like, I agree with Mark, you don't want to be power hungry, you want to just organise people, you want to have your little, your diagrams, your spreadsheets,
I think
He
I'd
wants
stress
to-
out too much.
He wants to create a machine that can reorganise the world to order all the countries by size. And then, like, a few months down the line, he'll want to reorganise them all by population. And then he'll just be like, that one's shaped funny, get rid of it.
I wouldn't be able to cope with it. I'd become the thing I hate. I'd too much. I'd have a mental breakdown.
What's the thing
Worry
you
too
hate?
much.
What are you talking about?
Bad politicians. I wouldn't be able to do it well. I'd ruin myself.
Fair enough. Hello, we've decided to cut this podcast in half, so this is the end of the first episode. Goodbye!